He's back. He's back. He's officially back tonight. Cedric Jackson. Let's freaking knob this king. It's Chuck Sizzle, guys. It's Chuck Sizzle's back. It's not Cedric Jackson. Although, yes, he is also back, but he played last week too. So he's technically on the active roster tonight because we have no T. Higgins or Yoshi. But Chuck Sizzle has officially returned. Last time he played Baltimore, he had the punt return. So now he's going to be out there yet again tonight. And we hope they actually utilize him on offense. Because so far this season, he's had like 7 snaps on offense. He hasn't really done anything on offense because they haven't put him on offense. Now, we've had T. Higgins when he has played. We've also had Jamar Chase. We've also had Yoshi. So, a little bit of that is because of that. But tonight, there's no T. Higgins. There's no Yoshi. Obviously, yes, we have Trenton Irwin as our number 3. So right now it goes Jamar Chase. Then it's going to go Tyler Boyd, Trenton Irwin, and then it's Chuck Sizzle. So tonight we're going to see what we invested in with that 4th round draft pick. And we need him more than ever tonight to go off. Now, I'll be interested to see how they work when it comes to how it works when it comes to the punt return game, though. Are they still going to utilize him in a punt return game? I'm going to guess yes, because Trenton Irwin has been our, wide receiver 3 pretty much the last couple weeks when T has been out. And we have also used him on punt and kick returns. So I'm going to guess that it's the same concept here. It's going to be, I'm not Yoshi. Chuck Sizzle in punt and kick returns and also playing on the field. But all we need to see from tonight, and again, I'm not expecting him to go out there and play crazy great and play the best football ever. But for his first real time being on the field and being a receiver for us, we need to at least see him. Maybe, I would say final stat line I'd be okay with. 10 receptions, because he is more of a possession type receiver. He's not a guy who's going to go up and get, outrun people and be crazy amazing. He's a slot guy. So I'm going to say 10 receptions, 85 yards, and 1 touchdown. If he can give us that tonight, we can win this game. It's going to be tough, but we can win this game. And just taking a look at this to the point I mentioned earlier, let me go ahead and make this a little bit smaller so we can kind of see the players better. You can see right here, so Chuck Sizzle, obviously, yes, he's been hurt since week 3. But even in those 3 weeks, he's only had 3 snaps ever on offense. Because week 1, week 2, and week 3, they've just used him on punt returns. They finally used him on offense in week 3, and he had 3 snaps, and that was it. Now, they used him in offense on the preseason and in the preseason, and the guy got hurt. He had a shoulder injury. So I think they kind of thought, you know what? We have other receivers. Obviously, we have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Trenton Irwin, Yoshi. Let's not, go crazy here. Let's not put him in there, and overdo it just in case, we don't want him to get hurt again. And we always have him as a punt returner, and we have that solidified. So I think that's kind of their thought process. But now you kind of can't get away from it, right? You need him in there. You need him to make plays. Last week, Stanley Morgan actually had 4 snaps on offense. Cedric Jackson had 0. And I'm going to guess this week kind of is going to be... I'll be interested to see how they work the snap count. Because they have Stanley Morgan, they have Cedric Jackson, now they have Chuck Sizzle. Who is going to get the snap counts this week and who's going to get 0? Because I'm going to guess Chuck Sizzle, if I'm thinking of this correctly, I think he's going to get Yoshi's snap count. I'm going to guess he gets 18 snaps, 20 snaps, 26 snaps this game. I couldn't see why you wouldn't put him out there as much as you can just in case he's able to, obviously make some plays. And at this point, we already know what we have with Trenton Irwin. We already know what we have with Tyler Boyd. We already know what we have with, every receiver right now we have out there except for Chuck Sizzle. We don't know what we have in Chuck Sizzle. He's the hidden potential here that could go out there and really change the game. And you got to think also the Ravens did not prepare for Chuck Sizzle. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and say Chuck Sizzle is that crazy, amazing player that's, you have to prepare a whole entire game plan for. You don't. But at the same time, he is kind of that Julian Edelman type guy. Underneath, yes, he's white. That's not the reason why I said Julian Edelman, but yes, he is white. But he's that kind of shorter guy, goes underneath, makes a crazy critical play. That's exactly what we need out of him. So I have to see him at least get 28% of the snaps tonight. Maybe 30, 35, and even if you want to put him higher than that. We have to utilize him. And I know it's scary because, this guy has had injuries in preseason. He had injuries, in the punt return game where he broke his thumb. We don't want to overdo it, but listen, you drafted him in the 4th round. You skipped on a lot of great players in the 4th round because this last draft class, by the way, one of the best, deepest draft classes we have seen in a very long time. You skipped on a lot of great players, including a tight end, okay? You could have taken a tight end in the 4th round and been very happy with your results. Instead, you took Chuck Sizzle. And I'm not going to say right now that that's a bad pick because we haven't seen much of him. We've seen him return one punt the rest of the Ravens. Other than that, he's had 3 snaps on offense. So tonight has to be the night, especially with everyone injured, especially with how critical this game is, how important this game is to win. We need to see tonight him give us a return on investment. Because last week, Myles Murphy, when he got an opportunity to step up, with the whole entire spotlight series on him, he didn't step up the way we needed him to do. We need Chuck Sizzle to get the job done tonight. That's the most important thing we can do, right? And again, tonight really is all about execution. It's about everyone playing at the top of their game. And, obviously mistakes are part of football. Mistakes will happen in football. No one's perfect. But we got to play as perfect as humanly possible tonight. Because we have to, every single drive is going to matter. Every single play is going to matter. If we can't go out there tonight and execute, we're going to be in a very, very bad situation throughout this game, and we're going to lose this game. I will say this a million times, and I know I'm probably going to watch this video. People can comment on this video after the game's over. I believe the Cincinnati Bengals will win this game. 1,000%. I believe the Cincinnati Bengals will win. And yes, I know I'm going to get the comment after this video, after the game's over. It always happens. Ravens fans says, "Oh, you said 1,000% and they lost." I have faith in our guys. I have faith that Chuck Sizzle can step up. I have faith that Joe will get the job done. It's not going to be easy, though. We're playing a great team. It's an AFC North battle. This is how AFC North works. You never know what's going to happen going to any single game. Look at the wild card game last year. I think everyone thought the Bengals were going to smack the Ravens with Tyler Huntley. They didn't. It was a close game, and if it wasn't for Sam Hubbard, game could have went the opposite way, right? But all I got to say, one last thing. Chuck Sizzle, man, we need you tonight. We truly, truly, truly need you tonight. Please, Chuck, for everyone in Cincinnati, for every Bengals fan out there, please show us why we drafted you in the 4th round. That's all I ask. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, he's white too, by the way. Julian Edelman. I love how I made that comparison. Peace out, guys.